I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash is digital, digital, digital. The dash is digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash is digital, digital, the dash is digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital. Stepping like Marty McFly, stepping I feel like the guy. I got them looking like why, I never doubted me why, I never doubted my guys. You know you in it for win, I stand on 10, you on 10. I don't have friends of a friend, only the fan of the kin. Only my wife and my kids, that's all I needed to win. Now I only trust my true friends, had to cut off my loose ends. You know I win if you win, you know you win if I win. I swipe that cash, don't fold, I swipe my bank on gold. Don't think that I've been dumb, I spend like I've been broke. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash is digital, digital, digital. The dash is digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash is digital, digital. The dash is digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital. Living my truth, no tricks. I'm just trying to feed my kids. I'm just trying to keep my way. I'm just trying to live my life while we get rich. Mind my biz. Money gon' come, some go. Man, if you know, you know. I've been through highs and lows. Here for the ride, I go. Slide and roll. Up and down, but I get up. The numbers crunching, no sit-ups. I grew up and got dripped up. Purple label, my get up. That's 101, not a one and done. Month to month, and there's more to come. I told Cushy, let's run it up. Now it's millions on millions. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash is digital, digital, digital. The dash is digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash is digital, digital. The dash is digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about most streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone cortex. So I can't stop, I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said my truth. Turn around, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I had the same please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna eat these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees. There's no way to dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo.
Check. Check, 1 2 1 2.
There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boom. I lose control when you do it like that. Ain't got you love when I go mad.
20 seconds left. here we go. All right. For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome everyone to the first, dare I say, morning stream for the Road Dog. This is the daytime or possibly morning edition of Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dog. My name is Lane and I am your tour guide today. Looks a little dark. I need to lighten it up a little bit. Somebody forgot to turn the lights on. Oh, good morning, everybody. Got the coffee out. Shout out to Dave P. Been in the chat room there early. So whether you're watching this show live, you're watching it later, wondering, what the hell did I just stumble into? My name is Lan here at the Road Dog Crypto Channel. We are a free teaching channel. That's what we started out. But what we do is we like to go over Bitcoin and the market. Just want to get more accurate information out there, especially in this time slot when there's so many grifters out there shilling paid courses, trying to get you, the new people, to jump on board and part with some of that hard-earned money. I do it a little different here. I give away everything that I've got for free, everything that took me to where I am today in crypto. I've been in crypto since 2013. Didn't really figure out how to really play this market until about 2020. And actually learning technical analysis, how to read these charts and what's going on in the market cycles just changed the whole game. And I'm so excited about it. I want to share with everybody, especially the new people coming into this market. If you haven't been through a full cycle, this channel's for you, baby. You need some resources to learn how to do this without having to give up half your capital to some crazy trading group or course. This channel's for you. Links in the description below for a free Telegram group. It's got a lot of resources to help you out. And watch my channel, nightly streams, daily streams, the videos I put out. I'll explain what I see as I go. Today, there's a lot of bullish thumbnails out there calling for crazy numbers on Bitcoin, but we just don't have the confirmations, and that's what I want to point out today. To really get a grasp on this whole market, and guys, we're going to spend a little time on Bitcoin, then we're going to jump straight into altcoins. I'm not going to sit here just talking about Bitcoin for 40 minutes on top. I can, but I'm not going to. This trend line, you might have seen that before. Got broken, price came up, retested that area, got rejected. During this time, watching that closely to see if it's going to be what we call a bearish retest of this trend line, meaning that what normally happens, the price goes up there, gets rejected, and then makes a either comes back to the previous bottom, maybe it doubles out there, find support there, but usually we're looking at a lower low, something lower than this area over here. So typically that's what we're looking for right now. And I know the thumbnails say just because we're up today that we're going to 52,000, it's not impossible. I am watching closely for that, but we do not have those confirmation signs, so don't fall for all the clickbait. Please. Now she is looking a little bit more bullish today, and I give you that, and that's why it's so easy to see all the flip-flop notions over here on YouTube and quite possibly definitely over on crypto Twitter. That place is wild. Listen, here on the 4-hour chart, here's the bullish narrative that you're going to be seeing. We got a lot of volume that's been coming in today, right? Price is above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. On this price chart, yeah, we should be bullish on this price chart. But if you zoom out and look like what's going on, just as we had a retest of this trend line right over here, well, we're getting a retest of this trend line that we fell below right here. And on top of that, let's blow this little guy up. Do you see this big old top wick right here? That's a lot of sell pressure too, driving that price down, not letting us close above this trend line. So here's the deal. You draw this trend line, candle bodies to candle bodies, because that is now resistance and you can see it playing out. The dealio is, for this to turn to a bullish narrative, it needs to break back above that trend line, establish itself, and continue making higher highs and higher lows. Now, some people see this as an inverted head and shoulders. almost. It is not yet confirmed. It will not confirm until we get back up to these areas about $43,500, $600. Should we do that, that pattern would confirm, and then you might have a chance to see an enormous breakout to the upside. That would lend credence to what we're looking at overall on any of these charts. 4-hour chart we're still on because it's most relevant to us right now. This I'm not doing this on the 1 minute or 7 minute or 15 minute because that's not going to tell us what's going on for the bigger time frame. We want to get out of the noise, get to the bigger time frames so that we can figure this stuff out for real and not get caught up in all the minutia. Market makers love that. All right, so all these big old yellow lines on my chart here, let's clean it up just a little bit. And then let's get over to then we'll go over to one index, give us an idea about altcoins, and then we're just going to start jumping into altcoins because, baby, I got a list and I got to cover it quick today. And also, if you got any coins that you would like charted, throw them in the chat. Okay, back on the daily chart here, this trend line, following right up through there. You see we broke through it. The tricky part that we got going on today is this 9 moving average, that little green line right there. We haven't quite broken below it, not officially. We've closed an open candle below that. That means some more down and sideways action for Bitcoin, coming down to around 41,800, possibly even lower. We're still in the neighborhood. We're still the targets of 37, 38, even $40,000 still on the table. So regardless of what you see going on today, today's known as False Move Monday, where the markets just get, you really don't get a good feel until about Tuesday or Wednesday how the week is going, right? So we're still looking at the idea of a possible bearish retest and downward action. We'll come back to the 4-hour time frame, because that's a little bit more relevant to what we have today. And we talked about this wick selling pressure. The bullish things of being above the 200 moving average. Now, granted, the 4-hour, it does look like we have officially got a golden cross. Now, that's kind of cool to look at. That's actually a big sign with price being above the 200 moving average. If we can hold these levels about 42,800, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance to turn this around. There definitely is some volume. These are some things to look at. But your confirmation will not come. It will not be official until price actually breaks above this trend line. And we're talking about 43,500-ish. So let's look and hope for today that maybe we can recover this ground, come back up and do something like this, higher high, make a higher low. But now coming to the 1 hour, we can see that, we are definitely testing the 1 hour breakout area right over here, that 200 moving average. So maybe the grifters for the hour will be calling for a lot lower Bitcoin. Maybe they'll turn bearish all of a sudden. Usually is what you see going on in the market. There's some good signs there on the 4 hour. Golden cross could be happening. We see that. That will give us a little bit of an uptick. But what really governs all this is the bigger time frames. We're talking about the 3-day, the 5-day, the weekly, those bigger ones, the signs that you see over there that, hey man, we're not out of the woods quite just yet. And you can see that if we just pull up our MACD indicator here. Let's come over to the weekly on this to give us a heads up. Weekly's looking like it could be getting in trouble. Not official yet, but when these two lines on the weekly cross, that is official, as in there could be a much steeper correction. Still not a terrible correction in my opinion, but that could be coming. Not official yet though. It's doing what I call the duck lip. And it could totally flip on us and go bullish. So we got that idea to look at. Now, let's say come down to the 3-day time frame on that same indicator, if it'll draw it out for me. We're still a little bit bearish, trying to turn around a little bit, And then, of course, on the daily says, man, I'm getting tired. I'm trying, but man, I don't know if I got enough energy to pull this move off. Everybody is trying to see. Now, if we do get a break up, I am looking for a possibility to come up to the top of this trend line. Let's go to the 4 hours so it makes a little bit more sense here. This is the bullish scenario that we might be looking at today and possibly over tomorrow. As market makers kind of get us kind of hyped up and say, oh gosh, Bitcoin's going up. Let's jump in. Let's buy now. FOMO into the altcoins. Let's go, baby. There could be a nice little trap set up by the market makers because they're known for doing that kind of thing, right? For today, with all the bullish thumbnails and bullish sentiment, drives prices up maybe the 44,300 in that area. But then we can face rejection off this trend line that we lost. Now, overall, this is a pretty good sign. I call it leg riding, when you break up a pattern, but you don't go down, you just kind of keep going up. But that's when we got to pay attention to some divergences which are forming here. They could be forming here. That would give us another signal of a bigger rejection coming down. So let's keep those ideas in mind. But if it does get up here, we're getting closer to confirming that inverted head and shoulders pattern. Remember that guy? And a bounce off of that at 43.6, 43.7. Does it come down and then change direction like it's making a lower low? Start going up? Well, that's a different story right there. That might be in our favor. So I'm not totally bullish. I'm basically kind of neutral right now. This is kind of wait and see what's going on before you make any major decisions in this market, in my personal opinion. Now let's come over to the DXY. Let's come over to our indices here, right? They give us an idea of what's really going on. We got to look at Bitcoin dominance, which is starting to find a area of resistance here. Now, if it starts coming down, that's good for our altcoins. We look over here at the top right-hand corner. This is our total 3 indice. This is altcoins. Your altcoins, my altcoins, group them all together, throw them in a big bag, measure that, and then we got this indice, which, you know, we're in a bullish phase or bearish phase right now. Lost a major trend line area, major support area. Trying to reclaim it. We're kind of in. Overall, I look at this as being bullish because we didn't get a huge drop from this. We're kind of ranging right here between 450 billion to 503 billion. We really need to get above 505 billion before I can really say, oh yeah, we're getting ready for a really good move out of altcoins. There's some bullish things trying to form here, but not yet confirmed. Not yet confirmed. Still in danger of money coming out of altcoins. We do see the US dollar is starting to gain some strength, and that's not really in our favor either. I don't know the story behind it, but apparently the government's trying to increase the value of the dollar, and whatever they're doing seems to be working short term here. The Forex market people could probably give you a lot more insight onto that. I'm more concerned about the stablecoin dominance right over here. We got Tether stablecoin, and right now people are selling out of it a little bit. We're kind of in a range here. So as we kind of bounce off these lower areas, maybe you can come down a little bit lower and bounce up. As this starts going up, that's people selling out of their altcoins and Bitcoin and going back into stable coins to be safe or take profits. So if we see it coming down like it is now, well, that's usually a better sign. But she's just leveling out, trying to figure out what she's going to do right now. So a little iffy, just don't be destroyed, misled by the overly bullish sentiment that I'm kind of seeing at the moment. Well, I can take a look at Tokenmetrics over here. It's a paid site, very good site. I like it. I don't have any kind of thing to shill on you. I use the NFT over there for lifetime membership. Why pay subscription fees when you can, do it that way? And here we go. Let's look at the market overall. What Tokenmetrics is saying. Still overly, overall bearish sentiment to the downside. Ooh, getting up a little bit in our bull and bear graph here. It's kind of like our fear and greed. Starting to come up a little bit. Still, most people trending a little bit bearish right now. We're in the middle of altcoin season versus Bitcoin season. We're stuck right in the middle. We haven't yet got our big juicy altcoin season. We're trying to prep for it. Always prep for it. Don't let them scare you out of the market if you've been prepping for a while. These are the sectors that are kind of hot today. Pond, we've got to look at that guy. Zcash is starting to get some attention there. Some of the most trending coins today are Constellation, Ronin. And then Ronin's, we looked at last night, kind of interested. Centropy and Mantra. Right now, we're going to jump into some of the coins that we followed here on this channel, check their progress. Some of them are doing pretty nice today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Bring the chat over. We find out that our microphone is actually working today. Remember, there is a pinned link up there for a free trading community. Trying to build it up, make something special out of it. Lots of free resources there. If you're new to this game, you need direction, come there, ask some questions, man. We're not trying to show you anything. It's a private group. If we start getting shillers and bots in there, we kick them out. Got some great admins over there. We got Dave V and Haven. Dave P says a BTC short printing. I would expect that it would on the smaller time frames. Maybe. When you come down and look at the 1 hour, yeah. I think some of the influencers are going to have to change their thumbnails. They were looking so bullish on them, saying, and then boom, drop. Guys, you know, this time of the day, about 10 to 11, you see a lot of the YouTubers out. This is where you get a lot of the activity. The morning session, New York session for Bitcoin, and it went for the traditional markets, and it affects Bitcoin and crypto. So it amazes me, you get these guys and, you know, they act like the market pumps because of their magic. It's the time, baby. Up about 1 o'clock, that area, you kind of see they've got it wrapped up for the day, for the general things. But when they try to make their big moves, they try to do them in the morning. Trying to do live shows in the morning, or a little bit more often to kind of, let's get in the game too. For 1 hour, still looking good right now. There's some good signs on the 4 hour and 1 hour that look a little bullish. We might get a pullback. The market makers are probably taking advantage of wiping out some longs and shorts and interest. We're getting into all this perpetual trading stuff. 1 hour's market cipher is saying, hey, baby, watch this wild ride I'm getting ready to take you on. Still, we could still just bounce right back up to 44. Today may be interesting range for trades. And for the short-term traders out there, shorter term, let's see what we got here. Bouncing back to 618. That definitely gives us a possibility to come up here to this 414 area, 44 or 146. Let's kind of front run it and go with this 127 fib area right there. So if you catch yourself in a possible, what I do, trade today, say, oh, this looks like a good place, I'm going to jump in. This area right up here, 43,937. And a little bit up. We front run it a little bit just to make sure we get a winning trade in, if we do so. Where are you, price label? Price label. All right, I said I was getting into small coins. I got to do this and hurry up. Moving up there would be about, what is that? That's just a 2% move. This is for you perp traders out there, because you have to lose 10x or more. Good Lord. Please don't use 100. Up to this target 44,300, that'd be 3.64%. 10x, that'd be a 30% gain. Price label, where did you ever go? There you are. So something like this may be in order if we get to bounce off this 100 or this 200 moving average here. Short-term time frames are looking a little, it's a mix, but overall they got some nice bullish sentiment that may carry us through for, you know, the next 12 to 18 hours. 4 hours looking kind of cool. Some of these bigger ones are looking good. But when you zoom out, you know, we are still in a dangerous area. So just avoid all the hype. Be cautious. Let's get into our altcoins. We got one hitter quitter in the house. Hey, what's up, one hitter quitter? All right, altcoins right now. Tectum, we've been following this little guy for a minute. Love this little guy. Very strong coin, man. Very strong. Tectum emission token. Nice. I've got targets up here about $45, $56. It sounds crazy until that one day when it hits and you say, oh crap, how'd that happen? Fib low, swing high, Fibonacci pull. We think we did bounce at the 618 area. If we take a measure move from there, there's called an AB equals CD pattern. Now I realize I'm hoping that I'm getting kind of a little bit of a, you know, some newer viewers here. And so the concepts that I go by, your other guys are just calling off this stuff off the top of their head. If you join their trading groups, you get to go and see little clips from their live streams or little videos where they walk you through Invest&P or whatever. They don't ever give you a good solid source for information. I'm going to do that for you today. ThePatternSite.com, or if you like to read books, Thomas Bukowski, he made that site. I had you right up here. Right here. Free site. Books cost money though, because they're in high demand, hard to find them. They usually chart the encyclopedia chart patterns. Excellent. There are some PDF versions out there, even on some free trading communities like the Road Dog thing. Love Thomas Bukowski. He is the GOAT. If you want the accurate statistics on pattern trading, you come here. Come here. You don't go to somebody just saying, well, I think I feel this is going to. It's a 50-50 pattern that breaks down 80% of the time. Everything 68% of the time. No, come here. Come here. You'll get accurate training. If you're looking for a textbook for trading, Bukowski's the man. And it's free. Free. This changed my life right here. All right, so Tectum. AB equals CD patterns, what we're looking at. Now, this is this one's tricky. This one's called a bearish pattern, even though it means that we're going up. It's crazy, isn't it? Take a measure move there, put it at your 618 Fibonacci area. She'll take you right up here to $62.8. That's kind of cool, right? So we can do this measure move, or you can just use the straight up fib, swing low to swing high, right up here at this 414-ish area every time. And it's only off because my measurement's off. She goes right up to it, right there. So we got some confidence saying that these areas around $60 can come into play for Tectum. And what that means is that getting in these areas, at these low areas, man, you can set up such a good trade if you just know that one little simple trick. This is a very strong support area for it. It's flipping this horizontal support line. It was resistance, and now it's support. We're flipping that. That's extremely, extremely bullish. And this is at what, $25? We're at $30 right now. That sounds so high. Don't buy the tops. Daily chart we're on, right? Because we're zooming out for maybe a swing trade, because all you guys can't be day traders, man. If you're working a full-time job, you ain't no day trader. And day traders don't do as well as what you think. I'm telling you, it's overhyped. Driven mostly by exchanges, because the more volume to exchanges, the more money they make. I have an echo? I did not know. Look here in the MACD on Tectum. See how she's curving around? Now, it's not yet official, but this little blue line is going to eventually cross over this red line. And when it does, and this histogram comes up and gets into the blue sections over here, that means it's go time. This is a lagging indicator, means it's a little bit behind. That movement is already starting to go off right now. Let's move this line so it doesn't look like a trend line. I don't even think we need that up there. Well, there's no pattern. Now, you can also do this as a pattern, and most people do. You know, they're putting price into a channel. And that's why you might see something like this. Same thing. So, look, we're getting right up here to the same area. So we can get a trade set up. Let's do this really quick. So if I'm setting up a trade, I figured things out on the daily, right? So I want to come down to a smaller time frame just to confirm things, right? I'm looking for volumes and breakouts and anything like that. We got this new kind of trend line going on right there, if you can see that. And we got a breakout of it. Looks good now, as long as we can hold that 200 moving average. But our 9 moving average is right here at the breakout point. That makes a juicy little place to get an entry. You can set a stop loss just under your lowest low if you want to be on the safer side. go underneath all this if you got, but that's about 13%. So you got to figure out if you're trading leverage, that could, you know, be a big hit. Should you get stopped out, you may want to go with something a little bit smaller just to say, because a stop loss means, hey man, I'm comfortable losing this amount of money. If you're comfortable losing $100 amount of money, you make sure that when your stop is hit, that's all you lose is that $100. But the lower you can afford to put your stop loss, the more successful that your trade is likely to happen. So if you're trading spot, which is what I recommend on this, a 13% stop loss is not bad. And the lower that you get your entry point, the better off. And you may be able to make several different buys, even if she does come down. As long as she doesn't break this trend line, get down below 27.63, we should be good for that bigger move to the upside. Going with that first target up here about $45. Just coming right back up to the highs that we were at before. That's a 60% gain if you're able to get in around $28. Now, if you FOMO in here where we are now, I can't help it. You know, work your stop losses. One thing you could do is put it right underneath this trend line, because if the price breaks back into this trend line, well, this trade setup's gone. Just call it quits now. Put the tire stop loss 10%. That'd be cool. Risk to reward ratio is still 4.5, which is excellent. Beating that target from FOMOing in now. Because, I mean, from time to time we do. It's psychology, as we do. So if we're going to do, let's at least look at that scenario. 47% gains possible out of that guy. But still, I like this one most of all. All right. So that's an idea for a trade setup on Tectum. I'm going to run through a lot of the other coins a lot quicker here. First of all, I'm going to come over to the chat. Checking on you guys. Hey, we got another member. How's it going? Road Dog got up early this morning. Crap, can we keep doing this consistently? That's the key. All right, so we did that. Now, guys, there's a lot of controversy over SatoshiVM coin. I've covered it on my channel. I've still got my bags, and I'm trying to figure out, you know, it was unexpected for this big sell-off, and kinda. That's why I was just nibbling, because I don't trust things when they first come out. I nibble, but still. I'm still looking at this project and trying to figure out if it's something. I'm not yet convinced on the fundamentals, especially in light of the situations that's happened. It could be a very real project, but they've got a lot to prove now under their scrutiny in order for them to survive. Now, I'm very pleased to see that there's some positive things happening now, some volume coming in, prices are starting to come up. There's a lot of FUD that got out about this project, and, you know, everybody that got in early on the ICOs and prices were up crazy. It got up to what, 17? It got up crazy, but was hanging around $11 to $12 for a lot, right? Dropped all the way down to $1. What, almost $2? Horrible. Somebody sold off big, took their profits. A lot of FUD and the stories coming out about influencers and things like that. It was not me. No, I was actually turned onto by one of those influencers, just because I just happened to follow him, and I was like, well, that does sound like a good project. And there's a possibility to still get airdrops just by going and doing the test net, and that's what I advocated. But, you know, the degen in me is like, I want to start nibbling at this now. So, you know, I did go into this, and I am still under. I think my average buy price is about, even after DCNA's, just a little under this accumulation zone right here. So I'm looking for it to come back up for me to figure out what I'm going to do on that one. And there's some good signs, because we're in a falling wedge pattern, got a little bit of a breakout, got a little bit of volume. All right, so we're pretty confident we got a bottom area here, right? So I'm going to look at this a little bit different. I'm going to pull a Fibonacci from right over here where we got some more solid price action. And I'm drawing this line at this 236 area because by my strategy, we are an accumulation. Anything below this line for the majority of the move here, that means that this will be an accumulation area. What does that mean? This is where people should be starting to buy this slowly to build up a position to sell at a higher price, maybe when it gets back up to around $10. Because from $3 to $10, that's pretty good games, right? But this area right here, anything below this will be accumulation. And in my strategy, anything that comes up here gets rejected. If it gets rejected there, that means, well, I guess we're going to be in accumulation for a little bit more. Ride this around until we finally get above it. When you get up above $5.18, $5.36 there, flip that, you're on your way to some more bigger gains. And that's when we have a solid conviction that, yeah, we're going to be making some higher highs and higher lows. It's a good time to jump in or make sure that you've been in. So building bags here, if you believe in this project, want to give it a shot. But your confirmation comes here, and then that's when we're going to really start seeing the gains. Now we can also do the same little trick from this swing high to that swing low, and we can determine from this that for that zone, for this little section of the market, we just left a major accumulation zone here and below. We can retest this area, so price may come back down to this area about $2.90, $3. We're at $3.60 right now. We may bounce through here before we make it up there. So this is a kind of an interesting range for traders that could actually trade this between this range until it finally breaks out. So there's some opportunities still in SAVM if you're in it. But be cautious with this one. It's got a lot to prove as an investment, in my personal opinion. Checking out Joystream, Joy. MEXC, she's had a big pullback here. Nice run up, and it was in this pattern, man. We play this pattern a lot and see it. It bounces off the walls until that one day it loses it and does it. This is a bearish pattern. The rising, broadening pattern, also called a megaphone pattern. This one is called the bearish megaphone pattern because as they're pointing up, it's like saying, "Hey man, you're too high, come down." But they're fun patterns to play because they will just bounce from wall to wall to wall until that one time that they don't quite make it. You gotta start looking at them. But they can go all the way up to the tops of it and make some really great gains. But when they lose it, they lose it. The good news is that the measure move to the downside's usually not that terrible, usually not that horrible. But Joystream, not looking as the bullishy coin that she was before, right? Let's take a closer look at this one. Now, what's really bullish on this one? This is more like a video kind of play with blockchain. Might they do good? They might. This one I do have, it's in my degen bag plays, trying to build a position of it, but I'm looking. This is kind of a big deal for me. Now, there's a really good chance that it will come back up and retest this area about 0.037 cents. That's just what these patterns do. Go for a bearish retest. If you're in it, don't want to be in it, you want to take a good place to try to take profit or maybe short it, that would be there. You're looking at 0.36 cents. Now, taking the measure move from these, we might possibly get down here, but when these break to the downside, they don't always meet these measure move areas. There's actually a percentage of what they usually meet. It's about 50% on the way, which we pretty much knocked out right there. We're at an area where we could, this could be turnaround time. One little trick that unlocks me fibs for these ideas. So I got a couple of things giving me some confidence that 1.29 right at 1.3 cents. Let's just say that it's easier to remember. Might be the area that we come down to. Might be a good place to add this to your bag if you're trying to do that. But I see this one, it's going to have a struggle for a little while. So there's going to be some opportunity cost if you're staying in this one. I'm reevaluating this. I'm still in profit on it. I got in at a good price, but when she comes back up to 3.6 cents, I may have to reevaluate, see what I want to do. Indicators are good here. Now, indicators are saying that we should get a bounce and start going to the upside, and stochastics are starting to get a little hot. So that means when we come up here, we're going to run out of steam, very likely to come up, retest, and then make a lower low. Keep that in mind with Joystream. Link has been kind of hot. Everybody's talking about Chainlink. Everybody should be talking about Chainlink. Likes it. So check it out over on Coinbase, I guess, right here. Here's the daily chart. On this one, we just got to zoom out, man. So Chainlink was down here forever in the $5 to $10 area, ranging. Whales were accumulating, broke out of accumulation. Here's the deal. That accumulation zone we identified down here, when we take the bigger move, the little trick I just showed you on the other time frames, that 236 area. So on the whole big move, that means that anything below this is technically accumulation. After we break out of that, we're not in accumulation anymore. We're in let's freaking go time. And that's where we are right now, because we broke out of that on the bigger picture. I'm looking for 34, right at $35. Coming for Chainlink. I mean, 23 will be on the way. Yeah, you can take some profit there. We got a measure move up to 25. Yeah, you can take some profit there, but she's really headed up toward 34 for the bulk of the move before really getting a bigger retest. Very bullish sign what it did, breaking above that 236 accumulation zone. She's headed up, babies. And yeah, you can look at this. I'm on the 5-day chart, geez. If you want to zoom out and you want to look at this as being a bull pennant, okay. Take your measure move, depending on how you want to do it. Put it to the breakout. Ooh, look, gives us a little confluence right there, about $25. Make me a holla. I get paid to do the wild thing. I would recommend that if you are doing this, follow the trend line. See how this trend line, that's our main trend line. But you see how we come down, and now we didn't quite make that? Yeah, she's going parabolico. So now we make the new trend line to those areas. Look how gorgeous from this one point to that point to that point. And now we go up. If you want to follow price action, I highly recommend remembering that price travels in channels. After you establish that main trend line there and get that angle is very important. WD can know that. And this can help guide you to and look straight above the price, and you'll see 21.85 could be a point to take profit short term. And it'll just bounce between these channels until it does not. But we're looking at 25. And then we're looking at 34 ultimately for Chainlink. So Chainlink's on the roll, baby. Got a feeling she's going to surprise a lot of people this time around. We've been looking at Elastos. I even bought some more last night. I liked what I saw. Same pattern we've been looking at before. This one took a little bit of a steeper correction here. Down to the 786. That's a good place to bottom out. If she reclaims this 364 area, I got to see it do that. Then we can start looking at some more upside. And possibly my bigger play target for this guy would be about $8.88 from what I'm seeing on this particular chart here. Sure, there's prices to sell it in between. 648, yeah, you can do that. Depends on if you're trading perpetuals, you're doing day trading, short-term trading, swing trading. Time frame. The more time you got, the higher the target. But this area at 618,565 will definitely, that's a good one to make sure you pay yourself at. Price could go up there and highly likely we get a bigger pullback at that area rejection. 561, which not bad. So you want to flag her? You can flag her. If you want to play this as a bull flag, and you can. Put that at the breakout. It says 742 would make a nice juicy target. We'll come over here. We'll paint that little measure move blue. Put a little label there. So pattern traders. So we're getting our targets from pattern trading and some classic fib areas that work out really nice. Other ways to kind of determine targets would be your moving averages as they come into play. Moving averages will help you figure out this trend. if you know how to read them and you're using a 5 moving average strategy like I teach here on this channel, it'll help you stay abreast of that trend, figure things out a lot faster than some of the other guys on right now. It's amazing how one moving average can give you so much extra insight. If only they knew, but this gives you an advantage over everything that they're learning, right? TAO Bittensor, hot. Look at this little baby go. Loves it. We've been covering this one for gosh darn it, a long time. This is one of those I said, I wish I'd built a bigger bag of this little guy. See this AB equals CD? Should be taking us up to around this area, about 550, 573 somewhere. I got to target 573. Right up to close to even, maybe even up to 600 right there. So we're just working our way up. Now she might be getting a little bit of a pullback if she does. We're on the daily time frame. Look at this 21 moving average and look for price to, if we lose the 9. The rule of the game is, if we're above the 9, we're doing fine. Lose that 9, we're going to come back to the 21. Lose that, we go to the 50. And we just go in progression there, but we should get a bounce off the 21 if we lose the 9, but we haven't lost it yet. Until that happens, no worries. We're even above it on the 4 hour, even though we're doing some crazy stuff here. Very, 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 very strong project. I like TAO. She should get a little rejection, and yeah, we're likely to, you might see her come back around 378, 380 as she kind of toys in with this area. She lost this trend line, so we should be getting a pullback on this one to buy this one at some cheaper prices. Mid loves this TAO. You know that you can get this off the exchange. You can take it, put it on the wallet, and go stake it, and it'll just slowly keep on increasing, man. Bargaining 0.02 since last time I flipped this up a couple of days ago. I remember having 8.13, and over the past, I don't know, week or two or whatever, it's grown that much. I like the project. It looks cool. It's one that I'm banking on for a much bigger move. And we're trying to give a heads up about it when it was around $50 to $70. NLS Nolus. Nolus. Why do I like Nolus? Let's see what Tokenmetrics says about it. This is a good place to get a quick look at the fundamentals. Love it for that. Trader sentiment, not much going on. They're not excited about it. Go over to investor sentiment, because this will come more into play for our swing trades and maybe investing. Don't have enough information here to convince me of anything. Okay, but I like to check just to see what they got. There's 180 million circulating supply. Market cap is 11 million. Juicy cheap price for this one. I was hoping we would get a little rundown about this. Should we? All right, so not really enough over here, so could make it a little bit risky. It's been on their list several times. This is actually how I found out about them, just through Tokenmetrics. So just because I'm playing this does not mean that you have to do your own research, but we're going to cover it today. Nice little move up from where 0.01 up to 0.095. Hello. Can you say 770%? Now we're getting a pullback. So that was an impulse move. Pulling back to the 50% area by Dow theory is expected. So the fact that it's finding support there is not surprising. A lot of times they come back to the 618, but it's not necessary. But if it's a real strong move, yeah, we're cool with that. What this tells me, early start of a possible Elliott wave move to the upside. Could have some much bigger moves coming out of this, so right up here at this 382 area. Could be coming into play. 12.7 cents could be coming into play on this one. That's what I'm looking for there. Let's see, any concerning side? Let's go from this candle body. There's our trend line that we lost. So I like that. I don't like that it broke the trend line. I like that it's holding support underneath it, and it could be that we're working on something bigger. It's just going to take it some time to get through. What I don't want to see out of this little guy is a pullback down here. Now that could happen, so we're watching closely just to see. So caution, keep your eyes out. Hello is taking a hit. Hello and Joystream, so it seems, but I think Hello is making a little bit of a comeback right now. Same type deals, man. We're looking at. We put out a trade setup on this little guy because she's making a little double bottom pattern here. Came up flagged out, so this trade setup is doing pretty dang juicy. 6.71 risk to reward ratio to take profit up here with this 29.8 cent area. That's a little bit of a hopium target, but that's what I get for this, the bulk of this move. Also, you can target these areas that we were at before, let's say about 20 cents. So if you're in this looking for a shorter term target, about 20-21 cents, still about a 64% gains there. Nice little move out of Hello, starting to turn around a little bit. Holding that trend line, nice. Price travels in channels. Let's see what kind of channel information we can get. 2 touches here, keeping that angle, kind of gives us confidence of this area. So short term, yeah, about 21 cents might be a really nice shorter term target. It may get rejected there, bounce back down to 17 and just keep on, you don't know. TIA. Take a look over at Binance. Yeah, TIA. Check this out. All right, so she's been in this big megaphone pattern. Usually bounces off the walls until it doesn't. Let's take a lesson. The other coin that we looked at earlier that failed, this is the same thing it was doing. It came up and made a partial incline, meaning it didn't make it to the pattern. It found resistance here, and now we're coming back and riding this line. This one's in danger of breaking this trend line. I'm just saying, if she does now, we're going to take our move from this latest high, take it straight down there. We're going to put it wherever it breaks out from. And that's telling us that we could be coming right down here to this area, about $10.70 right through there. It can probably come down and make a higher low than this little wick. It's already wicked through here. And it's been wicking through over here. That what that means is it's like acid eating away at this wall, making a hole in it, and pretty soon, or eating away at the ceiling, let's say that. Pretty soon it's just going to fall through, just like in Breaking Bad, when the bathtub thing incident fell through the floor. You remember that? Yeah, that's what price will do right here. So just be on the alert for TIA. I don't know if there would be token releases or what that might give it a reason to fall down, but there might be a time to pick TIA up somewhere closer to $11 than where it is right now. If so, I highly recommend getting some of that, staking it, and taking advantage of airdrops. I think the possibility of airdrops and it just being a cool new modular project that will pick up some steam. This whole sector that it's kicking off is going to be a cool one. This is not going to be the only modular project. One is called Move, and if you stake TIA, you will be able to get a Move airdrop, from my understanding. But if she comes down to $11, great place to get in and then stake it and let that Cosmos ecosystem just give you free money, because that's what it did for me the last 4 years. This is amazing. Best ecosystem ever. NMR, we looked at that last night, and she is just holding that bullish sentiment, man. going beyond the odds. This is a breakout of a, this is our bearish megaphone pattern, right? It's pointing up. It's fun to play because you can make some definite gains, but ultimately this one should break to the downside. It didn't. She's trying to break up to the upside of a bearish pattern. And when they pull this off, when a coin pulls this little thing off, which is doing this on the bigger time frames, man, they go crazy. So what's the deal with this? This $28.27 area, this will be the end of our accumulation. If you see signs of NMR coming up here holding this area, $30, that means there's a good chance that we have left accumulation. We've confirmed this triple bottom. We're getting ready to make some huge moves. Now I've got 41.84, but just to be honest with you, take a measured move for what we got going on here. I'll be a little conservative there. A 47, just for this double bottom thing that we've confirmed. And honestly, I took a conservative measured move. It could definitely go higher than that. So 46.71 possible to come. We're sitting where? Right here. What is that? Another 66% gains? And we're still got targets at $63. NMR. So we still got that pulled up here. NMR Numeraire. Check out the Tokenmetrics. $182 million market cap. Look at this. Maximum supply is 11 million. Total supply is 10 million. Circulating supply is 616 million. Almost at that 618 Fibonacci magic number in circulating supply. Well, where's it go from there? 786. 7.86 million? Circulating supply? Over time? This is a cool number. I kind of like that. I like the fact that most of these coins are out. I like the fact there's just only 11 million of them. Making this one more rare, more valuable. Kind of cool. I am not in this guy, am I? No. This was a request, but she's looking hard. The hardest data science tournament in the world? Predict the stock market. Interesting. So it's an AI play, right? And AI play that I'm not in on. Apply machine language learning to predict the stock market. Tell me this is not going to perk up some ears, so I can understand why she's got that bullish sentiment. Still technically an accumulation in this double bottom pattern. So technically this is the time to still, believe it or not, it sounds high, but it's still a good time to accumulate and get in. This one, all right, let's do our moonboard target. And it's a reasonable moonboard target just by how price action works out. I would do this on any other time frame, any other chart pattern that I had, swing high to swing low. I'm always looking at this little magic fib number right over here because this one is just nailed. You will be amazed at how often this little guy plays out regardless of what's going on. $120 from around where we're at $30 right now. That's 318% gains just to get up to there. And we could still keep going from there, pull back and go higher. But this $120 area, that is a reversal area. And it could go a little bit over it, but that's definitely a good area to target for taking long-term profits on this one. And long-term, I mean, a few months away, not for the whole bull market. I think this one will do a lot higher for the whole bull market. I like this one. I need to put this, make sure we got this on our watch list. I want what I'm going to do so I don't forget about this. I'm going to put an alert right there. Let me know. All right, we'll take a look at SUI. SUI. Man, oh man, ain't she just bullish as all get out? She's still at the top of this pattern, but she was over here. She pulled back, looked like, oh yeah. Look at 88 cents. It didn't happen, man. She flipped this area. and went right back to the... What's going on, man? I just got an alert that the coin we just looked at triggered it already. The more we hang out here, the more likely we are to get a pullback. We just got to confirm that she's topping out, and she may not be, but this is a 786. When we take our fibs that we did over here, this is our little extra bonus bullish area that we can top out at. So 165 up to there, that may be as high as she gets currently, and then a nice little pullback, still around $1. I would be looking for a pullback around $1, just right off. If by chance she just keeps going and breaks out to the upside of this pattern, and man, we're looking at $2.42, but she should be getting a pullback here. She should be, but golly, man. Daily's starting to look a little bit bullish on Sweet. Notice the 3-day is got the red dot. We're going to have some sideways, but she got money flow coming in. Keep your eye on this one. She may be trying to pull something. Still beneath this trend line. Okay, so my play is to watch this trend line. If she breaks above this where she's wicked out and starts playing in this area, 163, 168, somewhere through there, she may be trying to do something really big. So I would be watching for that if she comes up in this area. It should get rejected with these trend lines we got and start working, make a lower high and start working its way to a lower low is what should go on. That's why if it does something against that, that's not that, it could be a sign that, hey man, this is time to jump in for a bigger move. So all eyes on that area right there. Come over to the chat. What is up? We got one hit of quitter. Grimmer says CTI extremely desirable Bitcoin. Hey, welcome to stream, man. Holy shit, just had a look at your videos. You're covering everything except PulseChain and Hex. Richard Hartcoins, there's lots of meme theirs now too. I've got some exposure to it. Yeah, I've not been FOMOing in on that. I'll cover it. I'll cover anything that's requested, but not one of my biggest plays, although not off my radar. Quite honestly, I started nibbling in about 3 cents. I think my average entry point's about one cent, so there may be a little bit of salty bias on my point writing that down, you see. So, but pop a chart on it. We can definitely take a look. It has been bullish. I've just I've never done a true deep dive on the Hex, so I'm not totally sold, not for or against. But I would like to know about the purposes. I'm not clear on that, so I don't feel privileged to talk about it too much. But it is working. It is worth looking at the charts though. So CTI, let's take a look at that for Grimmer. CTI's ClinTex. This is a DPIN coin. So this is decentralized like infrastructure for crypto projects, man, like Helium Network. This one is research for clinical research. This is DeSci. I'm sorry. It's in a DePIN section, more of a DeSci, decentralized science, which is going to be it's going to be the narrative. You keep your eyes open for it. Getting in early, like Grimmer is, because she's down at the bottoms, looking like she's coming down to confirm a double bottom. Yeah, we talked about that possibility, didn't we? She wicked down below and came back in. Oh, that's bullish. I'm still looking at 37 cents, man. What she just did here over this past couple weeks, coming down here, bouncing off that. What she's done the past few days. I know we're getting a red dot here on Market Cipher. I know stochastics are coming down. A pullback. I mean, yeah, we'll see a little bit of a retest, probably to 2 cents or something like that. Down this 21 moving average. That could come into play. No big deal. But this is a big deal. Bear trap coming out of this pattern, retesting it, maybe coming back down again. I don't know, but she's still ranging right now. But this is a good sign for the 3.7 cent area to come into play. Come into play there. And then, you know, we talked about that is our 70. That's our accumulation level, right? We get above it, 0.006. I see some good things. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but bouncing off this trend line, good. So from this, let's see where we are now. I mean, that's almost a 2x just getting to 3.7 cents, and we got to get there. Got another target up here, 0.64, about 6.5 cents. Technically, we got to get up here to 7.5, and that's almost a 4x, 287%. We'll get up there, confirm that double bottom. We're looking at some cool stuff, man. She's doing good, Extreme says, charts look nice. Lots of info there. Well done. Hey, I appreciate that. Sometimes they get a little bit messy. Let's take a look at Hex. Let's see what's going on with Hex. Here's what I know about Hex. I didn't think very much of it, nor did I think very much about Ethereum either. But, you know, I've seen this guy go from hardly anything to like, oh my God, what the hell? 56 cents. So when she comes down back to around 3 cents, I'm like, I want to nibble on this. I want to make sure I'm in that move. But she ended up coming down to 0.0025. That wasn't fun for me. But see, this is all psychology, and you know, I can't let that affect me. I just want to do what I see on the chart. So I'm looking for stuff on the charts telling me we got a partial decline here. That's cool. We had this trend line. Let's see what we can figure out from here. Well, ooh, there's an area. Support. Did something freaky there. A little bit of, so this could possibly be an area to watch. Copy that little guy, put him up here. So price travels in a channel, and I like to get this angle because it's very important to me. Let's do a little analysis here on the Hex. Figure out what the accumulation zone is, and by my strategy, that gives you the official place that's a lot safer to get in. If you're trying to play the series, that's at 0.2 cents right there. If we can break above that and hold it, and it may be a while before we get there, that could be a more safe entry. We're riding it just higher highs and higher lows instead of sitting in, we're going up and going down sideways, accumulation, opportunity costs, and things like that. But on the daily, give it props. It's above the 200 moving average. Already had a golden cross, meaning buy the next pullback, which that's what we've been doing. So the signs are there on the daily. The buy signs are here now. So for what prices that we pull back now and over the next few days, because she's pulling back. She appears to be pulling back to 0.0069. So dropping a little bit, dropping another, whatever that is, 0.001. That's a good area to look to add this to your bag if you're in it, because from here I expect to bounce, and then we start seeing some bigger moves. You could view this as an inverted head and shoulders, not yet confirmed. Draw your neckline. Let's just draw the whole thing. Draw the whole dang thing. Let's get the fancy tools out here. Fancy tool, Mr. Fancy Tool. Where's Fancy Tool? Gosh darn it, Road Dog. Learn to use TradingView. Head and shoulders, right? But we're doing inverted. So come here, draw here, come back here, come back down here. Let's establish that neckline. See, they won't turn green until you get your neckline straight, right? It is a funky looking head and shoulder. Straighten up that neckline. But this is in essence what we're looking at. As long as we don't make a lower low here, we got a good chance for this to confirm. If it makes lower low, it's invalidated. Normally, I like for this shoulder to be smaller than this one, meaning like didn't come down as far. It came down lower, which kind of takes away from this inverted head and shoulders pattern, but it's still valid. It confirmed, just did not play out. But if it does, we're looking at a measured move to take us gosh darn close to our main area we're looking at to get above. Measured move takes us to 0.22 cents for hex, only if we get the bounces from here, come back up, confirm that we should be headed to that area. We got to look for this to come back up to this area again. And it does look like it's going to after it pulls back a little bit. So I like what I'm seeing for Hex there. Pulse, I'm not familiar with. I have no pulse whatsoever. Pulse X, I guess. I guess we play that on, Maybe we can look at it and see what it's doing here. So PulseChain. I've seen lots and lots of more people talking about it. There's a lot of FUD for Richard Hart. I mean, I don't know. It's not one of my main projects or anything that I'm in, but I know that people have done well with it. So overall, looking at this channel, looking for some rejection up here at, what is that? We're at 456607. I'm looking at a rejection at 633 area, somewhere through there. And again, that's right at the accumulation zone, so I need to get above that. And break above it just to confirm that, hey man, we're now out of accumulation, because if you don't get past that level, this Fibonacci level, come up to it, you can come back and go through all this stuff again. You technically can come back through all this stuff again, just to write things down, and it's not fun. So I'm always looking for that key level. So PulseX is looking kind of interesting. Sperax is also up today. We covered that before on our channel. So throwing kind of nice. Finding support here on the daily off this 200 moving average, confirming the double bounce off of that. She's getting ready to do something, babies. She's getting ready to do that move thing. You know, remember that move thing? 1.3 cents is what I'm getting out of this. That's some quick and dirty. Currently sitting at 0.009. From where we are to there, that's a nice 45% gain. I would expect her to pull back to 0.007826. And 0.00864, some good areas to add to your position if that's what you're trying to do here. Come to smaller time frames. Look at this 4 hour. Do you see what's going on here? Moving averages. Now they have not crossed. That's the big thing. So we got to watch this. A big, strong move. Lots of volume coming in today buying Sperax at 0.0063 area. So this can be tricky because it's not official until it crosses 50 moving average, crossing over that yellow 200. When that officially happens, that's a buy signal. Has not happened yet. There can be a bigger pullback on this. I would look for one. 0.0074, 0.0066 could come into play as those areas get retested, because that was just a big rocket ship move. Be patient and you'll see her come back down and retest areas before she goes up to higher areas. Just a saying. Sperax. All right, guys, the time is now 11:44. I thank you for hanging out with me. I hope we went over a lot of coins, gave you a little ideas on the market. Take one more look at Bitcoin before I sign out here. Sharing some ideas and maybe some of the techniques that I've shared today. Maybe I'll help you out, give you some new insights. But when you're out there looking at all those bullish thumbnails, I'm sure they're changing quickly because we just didn't have the steam to get up. 4 hour on Bitcoin is showing some tiredness. Money flow is coming to the downside. Stochastic's coming to the downside. Everybody's saying, I'm so tired. I need a break. Boss Move Monday, where they like to take advantage of the traders in the morning. Overall, I see us trading sideways mostly for Bitcoin. And again, just a recap. Bitcoin, you got to show me that you get back up above this trend line before I can say, hey, I'll put my big bullhorns on. Because the traditional technical analysis says getting rejected from here should mean a lower low, 37.38. I'm not changing on that until I see something different. Although, I'm sure there's lots of real interesting thumbnails out there. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you can, hit that like button. Help this channel reach some more people, especially
hitting that like button. I just want to say thank you.
in this crazy time zone. I will definitely be back again tonight around 10:30 p.m. The normal late night crypto road dog late night stream where we let our little degens hang out and have fun. Can catch me there. If not, we'll see if we can make a habit of being a little bit more timely on these morning streams. At least do one more this week, if nothing else. But we'll see how this goes. Testing out. Hit that like button. Join our free trading community. Let's go make this life changing money in this market, because if you're in crypto right now, baby, oh, you are the smart duck in your little pond. Yes. Congratulations. Thanks for hanging out. Extremely desirable. I am on Twitter, Road Dog Crypto. How often do you go live like this? Interested to watch often? Just subscribe. Hey, I appreciate you for subscribing. I do this every night, pretty much, late at night, between 10 and 11 p.m. But I'm trying to transition to do some more daytime stuff. Sometimes I come in at 3 o'clock. I guess that bell notification would be the best way to track me, but you know, I'm pretty much committed to my night streams. Always will be. That's where I got my kind of start. But I do want to challenge some of the people presenting information at this particular time slot, because a couple of them are just kind of sloppy. And I know where they came from. I know why they're sloppy. There's some interesting developments over that story. But I just want to get some accurate information out there that helps the new people in the market. And you don't have to pay for it, man. Just give you direction. You can pick this stuff up. This is not rocket science. It's not. I don't care. You hear them say, but you gotta be in this market 10 or 12 years to really know what I know. It's bull crap, man. Figure out the basics. It'll change your life. It did for me. It will for you. And I'm going to show you how to do it right here on the Road Dog Crypto, baby. Let's ride this ride together. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. Or good day, rather. See you tonight.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable.
It's just down into your
I had a
left.
book over here in this drawer. You see that?
Come on, come here, bud. Come on.
It's just down into your left.
Anytime with your ride.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. It's Crypto Rival. The really drives you out. Let's hit the like button now.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always perform.